Murta. But, obviously Craig Irvine, you have Sikandar Raza, Sean Williams, excellent batters, the linchpins of the Zimbabwean side. And, I'm excited to see how he goes.
Full hammer down the ground. It was a bit of a half volley from Craig Young. It's going to be the first runs of the day. Going to be a boundary for Gareth Delaney, one of the two T20i debutants for Ireland. Can only watch it sail by him.
Yeah, strong shot from Brendan Taylor. He showed a little bit of his intentions in the previous ball, but he's just got a ball right in the slot. He's got the hands through it, and it's beaten young Delaney at mid-off for the first boundary there. Very good shot.
We've got the groundsman with the cover sheets ready to go, but for the moment, play will continue. Cut into the offside, too short from Tyrone Kane and elevated over. The fielder's in the circle, and that's going to be a boundary for the second of Taylor's innings, the second for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, good shot. Short. Just interested to see how much width Tyrone Kane offered Brendan Taylor. But he's just, a little bit of width there. He's just helped it up and over a very strong offside field, and a little early test for the pace of this outfield. The ball has beat the fielders to the boundary. And another impressive boundary for
Zimbabwe. First match washed out. Both sides looking for the win here. Short ball comes off the toe end. It's going to be a wicket on his international return. Hamilton Masakadze's horror run continues. I think that's come right off the cue end of the bat. And it's looped to Kevin O'Brien, who will not take an easier catch in his international career.
Yeah, Hamilton Masakadze's horror run of form continues. It's a short pitch ball from Craig Young. It seems to have hit the back of the bat, and it's just lobbed to Kevin O'Brien at second slip. And fair dues to Gary Wilson for keeping his two slips in. I'm not sure that's how he anticipated the ball going there, but that's extremely well at the moment.
Short ball again. This time picked up by Irvine. It's going to soar all the way for a maximum 6. That's a glorious shot from Craig Irvine. He just sat on the back foot and hooked it away. It's going to be 1 bounce 4. It looked like to me it carried to 6, close to. Change in bowling. Mark Adair into the attack. Off the outside edge, and second slip's been taken out for Adair. It flies wide of Andy Balbirnie at first slip. Fortune for Brendan Taylor, but I think he did look for that shot. He did open the face quite cleverly.
Yeah, certainly looked to me like Brendan Taylor tried to play it. I'm not sure he tried to play it just as fine as that. It's a good piece of bowling. It's away movement from Mark Adair. Just where second slip would have been. No chance for the third man fielder.
Down the track this time, hit into the sky. Could be an opportunity at mid-off. It's Gareth Delaney that settles under it. And he takes a very good catch, spiralling backwards. In fact, it's Lorcan Tucker. That's an outstanding catch. And Brendan Taylor, his horror run of form continues. He's gone for 14.
Yeah, Brendan Taylor punches the back of his bat in frustration. Lorcan Tucker we have seen over the last 3 ODIs with the gloves on. This time taking a superb catch, running backwards at mid-off. A tester just going with the breeze. There was a danger the ball was going to just beat him over his head, but he's readjusted very well. And Zimbabwe in early trouble again, 20 for 2.
That's an outstanding catch from Lorcan Tucker, the Pembroke and Leinster Lightning wicketkeeper. He ran backwards, he was at full stretch, and you can see he even did a somersault as he took the catch. Brilliant from him. So often we see wicketkeepers being second slip's going to come into place. One left-hander joins another, but he's not on strike. Williams, the bowlers, the batsman cross. So it's Irvine on strike, who hammers that over the top of the offside. Going to be a second boundary for him. 4 for Craig Irvine. These are the 2 men in form for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it's all happening with Mark Adair with the ball. He's gone boundary, wicket, boundary. A little bit short, guilty of being a little bit short here. Interesting that the second slip has gone in, maybe forcing Mark to try and go across Craig Irvine. He had looked to shape the ball away from Brendan Taylor.
Girt around us to the west of the ground. That's a glorious shot. First delivery that Sean Williams has faced. It's just no more than a back foot punch, and despite Paul Stirling's best efforts, it's going to run away for yet another boundary. Adair continuing to prove expensive. 13 runs from the over.
Yeah, this is all class, this shot. He just rocked onto the back foot. Just stays inside the line of it, and he just pushed that. Paul Stirling, made every effort, but it just ran away quickly down the hill here at Brady, and the end of an expensive over from Mark Adair. Zimbabwe 29 for 2. Just be a little problem for them.
Tyrone Kane's going to switch ends to the pavilion end. He starts with a half volley that's punished and put away beautifully by Craig Irvine. You can't bowl there to a man in the form that Craig Irvine's in.
Yeah, that's a wide half volley from Tyrone Kane, and nonchalantly, effortlessly stroked through the covers by Craig Irvine. Far too much width. Just frees the hands. No chance for the Irish fielders.
think the frustration for Ireland so far this morning, despite getting the best of some helpful circ. Too full again from Kane and punished by Sean Williams. What a start he's had to his innings. 2 balls, 2 boundary fours.
Yeah, what a shot. What a shot. You know, all class. You know, timed magnificently, and that ball is raced to the offside boundary. Tyrone Kane under pressure again. Again, just guilty of width. And to a man in Sean Williams' form, that is just meat and drink. Beautiful shot.
It wasn't an out. That's going to be a huge 6. It flies off a top edge. Fine legs in the circle. That's why Irvine played the shot. That one soared over the pavilion. What a strike. Not out of the middle of the bat, but the bigger bats they use these days. Off the top edge. Enough pace from Getgate to send that one for a maximum.
What a remarkable shot by Craig Irvine. Just sit down. It's that sweep. It's almost like he's picked it up off the top edge, and that's sailed for 6 over the pavilion. That's we're now searching umpire.
Just over. Zimbabwe a run shy of 50. Inside the off stump, it's cut away powerfully, and Andy Balbirnie's not going to be able to cut that off. So Zimbabwe, they bring up their 50 in style. Williams continues to motor. 13 off just 5 deliveries.
Yeah, it's a poor ball from Shane Getgate, short and wide, particularly with the field up on the offside. No margin for error. Andy Balbirnie was on the deep cover boundary, and that ball has beat him quite comfortably. So the Irish bowler is very much under pressure and probably aware of the effects of Duckworth.
Spinner, 3 men in the deep on the leg side, 2 left-handers on strike. Powered towards one of them, and it's going to soar right onto our head. This could hit the roof of our commentary tent. It goes over us. That's an almighty strike from Craig Irvine. Pressure on Garrett Delaney.
Yeah, as we feared, you know, playing with the spin. Ball, a lot of grass on the pitch. Confident there's not going to be a huge amount of spin for Garrett Delaney. And the in-form Craig Irvine has just walloped that over long on. It's an excellent shot. And the young lad's under a lot of pressure. In the ball, but he's thrown the ball to the young man. Want to have a look at him.
Powered down the ground towards us again. It's going to soar towards Mark Adair. It may well come into the commentary position. It's hit the roof this time. It's a second 6 of an over from, this time, Sean Williams. What a shot that was. Yeah, and he hasn't at all timed that. You know, Captain Guy Wilson coming to have a word with young Delaney. You know, Sean Williams hasn't got a hold of that at all. He's given himself a little bit of room just to free up his arms. Hasn't quite timed it. But that's just dropped over Mark Adair's head. Heatley Tector just watching it over his head there. I'm not sure Heatley Tector got in a great position to take that end.
Yeah, short boundaries and big bats, and 2 big 6s as Mark Adair is hit straight back over his head, over wide long off this time for 6. Lovely shot there from Sean Williams.
Well, again, you can see that full, just giving himself that little bit of room, clearing that right leg, and that has gone a long way down the Mason Road. Leinster Lightning days, playing, of course, for the Northern Knights.
And again, more stand and deliver stuff, this time over wideish long on for another 6. Bring about a change in the field. He's moving third man up and going to drop the long on and cow corner out. Adair under massive pressure here, Alan.
Yeah, there's no doubt that was just in the slot, but you still have to put it away. And Sean Williams did that precisely. Now moving.
Margin for error, bowling that, bowling the Yorker line. This time he goes short. And Irvine just rocks onto the back foot and dispatches that one through mid-wicket for another 4.
Well, that looked to be an attempted slower ball bouncer to me. Out of the back of the hand, we'll see it here now.
We used to call them long hops
well,
back in the day, Lou.
That's true. I think they've got all these fancy names for these things, and often I just wonder. They should be certainly looking in the region of 140, 150, you would think. Oh, and a tame dismissal in the end. Low full toss, gathered by Paul Stirling at extra cover there. And Ireland will be really pleased to see the end.
Yeah, we'll see it on the replay here, Lou. I think he's gone for the Yorker again. Ended up being a fully, and Sean Williams has just chipped that straight to Paul Stirling at extra cover.
One of the bigger and better strikers in Irish cricket, and he's formed a formidable partnership. That's a great shot from Sean Irvine, just getting inside the ball and helping it on its way. Kevin O'Brien brought in to short fine leg and just too inviting that for Irvine.
Yeah, I think Getz just went a little bit too straight there, and Irvine was able to get down on one knee and just help that down over fine leg for 6.
Place to play your cricket, Northwest.
Gareth Delaney gets a switch of ends, and unfortunately he's just dropped down a little bit too short. Irvine has rocked onto the back foot and dispatched that one away to the deep mid-wicket boundary for 4.
Yeah, just too short there from Gareth Delaney, just dragging that one down, and really easy for Sean Irvine, and really
to bring up his 50.
Well bowled, held that back a little bit, Gareth Delaney. That's good bowling.
That's 50 though for Irvine. His 50 coming off 27 balls. Fantastic innings so far. Some big hits in there, Lou.
It's been
on the ring. It's difficult to stop ones if both batsmen goes. This time, back to Irvine, and again he just rocks onto the back foot and dispatches that one through mid-wicket for 4. What was a decent over from... It's gone full this time. Markader comfortably takes that at the extra cover.
Very well judged that by Markader.
Yeah, there was no panic. He just shouted Mark. Everyone left him to it and took a comfortable catch. And Sikandar Raz's poor form in this tour has continued. But it's still an open end here, Lou, which is benefiting Ireland.
Well, the big thing here, Markader got himself in an excellent position, and for just try and get it low full toss up in that block hole.
Hit into the deep, both fielders converge, and very well taken by Tyrone Kane at a wide mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket. And Markader's golden arm continues again, a low full toss this time, and Irvine has to go.
Well, one thing I'll say about that, Tyrone Kane made what was a very difficult catch look very simple here, but he can be criticised. It was a low full toss. He's trying to do the right thing. Markader, and this really is, he's got someone coming at him. I don't know who called, but kept his eyes on it. Fantastic catch that from Tyrone Kane, who is an excellent fielder.
But now maybe 125.
Again, the slower ball there from Adair, just the angle of it wrong, and PJ Moore getting a fine edge, just steering it away from Paul Stirling at short fine leg there. And it races to the boundary here at the pavilion end, short end of the ground.
And also we need to remember, Lou, that Duckworth Lewis is going to add a few to the Zimbabwe total as well, as this one has been punched out to the deep again, and Andrew Balbirnie has taken a quite comfortable catch. And that's 4 wickets this time for Markader. The golden arm continues. Certainly 3 with full tosses, Lou. When I bowled a full toss, they definitely went for 6.
Well, it seems to be a good ball in modern T20 cricket. 4 wickets for Markader. He's had a stellar start to his international career, and it continues.
He certainly has a golden arm, as we'll see here on the replay. It's a knee-high full toss, which could have been, possibly should have been hit out of the ground, but he's just got under that too much, and quite comfortable catch from Andy Balbirnie. But
he's a very exciting cricketer, Markader.
That one's been flicked down to the fine leg area for 4 runs. No chance from Craig Young, who I assume is now just going to keep the ball in hand and run straight up and bowl the last over. Let's see it on the replay here. I think he just gave himself room. Markader followed him, but he was still able to whip that one away. Very well played from Ryle Burrell.
I'll be very interested to see tactically where Craig Young goes.
Short and wide this time, unfortunately, and that's just been slashed away backward a point for 4 runs. Craig Young under pressure from the word go here. I call him Craig Irvine, just like you did earlier on.
Well, you're just trying to copy me, really, Jonesy. It's all part of the excitement of the HBV live studio. Poor delivery that.
Young goes short this time. Is it going to carry all the way down the fine leg? It is. Very well taken by, I think, Lorcan Tucker down at the fine leg boundary. Young went short, and Mutambani fell into the trap.
Well, it's one feature of Ireland's cricket today. Their out cricket has been superb. There's been some fantastic catches taken, and this is another one. Not easy to judge. As you say, Young going short and just picked up Mutambani. And Lorcan Tucker coming forward, taking it low down, judging it really, really well.
Yeah, very nice catch from Lorcan.
Peek out.
And the Lightning, don't forget.
Of course.
Jarvis, the new man, but the batsman crossed. TK, can he cut that one off? Couldn't quite. Gets the slide in, but unfortunately the ball beats both of them, and that's 4 runs. Very nicely played.
This is a very good
by
shot.
Ryan Burrell. He hit that very, very cleanly. TK really had no chance coming across. 4 or 6, Alan. What are we thinking?
Dot.
They're going to come back from 2. Should be a run out here. Yes, very well fielded. Very well done. Ireland's good fielding continues. Very well fielded in the deep, this time by Shane Getgate. And a good throw into Gary Wilson affects the run out.
Super piece of fielding that by Shane Getgate. And again, a measure the out cricket here today. Obviously, a lot younger side.
Yeah. But 132 is still a competitive total, and obviously, as we said before, that Duckworth Lewis are going to add a few to that. When as soon as we know those calculations, we'll let you know.
Yes, we will let you know. The culmination of Zimbabwe's innings, dominated, of course, by Craig Irvine and Sean Williams. Brilliant partnership of 67 between those two.
The wickets column dominated by Markadair, but the runs column kind of spoils it a little bit. 4 for 40 is still a good return. Craig Young was excellent, I thought, today. 2 for 20.
Dominated by Williams and Irvine, as we said earlier. Adair for 4, bit expensive, but 4 wickets. Craig Young, the pick of the bowlers, with 2 for 20. We will be back to you.
A little bit unlucky in the ODIs as well. Carly bowled really well, with possibly not the reward. And just as I say that, he drifts a little bit short onto the hip, and Kevin O'Brien just works him down to deep square for 4 runs. Nicely played.
Yeah, an excellent shot from Kevin O'Brien. Looks like he's going to certainly play the aggressor role here. He just comes across on the off stump, helps that ball behind square on the leg side. Only one man out there who's just in front of square, Sikandar Raza. And
this time Jarvis strays onto the hip again. It's a strange line he's bowling here, Cod. He's bowling into the hip with the fine leg up and a deep square, looking for the man to be with just a deep square out. So plenty of room just to work it away and get a little tickle there, which went fine. And Jarvis under pressure.
yeah, the margin for error is so small. Ireland need 10 runs per over. They've got that.
His ball really well in the ODIs. Lined up this time on Paul Stirling. Took a step to leg and dispatched that through the covers for 4.
Yeah, this is a huge gamble from the Zimbabweans. Bowling in the power play, only 2 men allowed out. They're stationed at long off and deep forward square leg. So as a result of that shot, Hamilton Mazakadze.
It'll be a defensive shot.
Slog swept. Good shot from Kevin O'Brien. Hasn't quite timed it, but got enough on it. 2 bounces and over the rope for 4. Ireland very much on the front foot here. 19 without loss.
Yeah, as myself and Alan Lewis were referring to earlier on, the technology these days, that was a top edge call, which would have gone straight to mid-on in our day, but that has now gone 2 bounces into the boundary rows for 4 runs.
I think he might up in the circle. Chitara to Stirling. Drilled through extra cover. What a shot from Paul Stirling. Stand and deliver at its very best.
Oh, that is absolutely majestic from Paul Stirling. Hopefully get to see this on the replay now. It wasn't really a pure half volley, I don't think. Driven slightly on the up from Paul Stirling. Just gets that front leg out of the way and absolutely drills that through extra cover 4 runs. Evan has always said he doesn't mind where he bats in T20 cricket, but he's always been pigeonholed down at 5 or 6 as Paul Stirling gives himself room again and dispatches that one over the point area for 4 more runs. Ireland really in the ascendancy here, but yeah, just back on that point. And Kevin's always said as well, he likes to give himself a few balls to play himself in, everyone just thinks he can go in and from ball one he can cream the ball everywhere. No, I don't think anyone in world cricket is that good, Kyle. So he likes to play himself in and give himself a bit of time. So obviously up the top, radar's gone quite gloomy. All right, the light meter might be out soon, Kyle. I would say to switch the lights on, but don't have any. Oh, what a shot that is!
That's an outrageous shot from Paul Stirling. It's Kevin Peterson like that flamingo. He just whipped that ball from outside off stump onto the bank at deep mid-wicket, and Ireland off to an absolute flyer.
We just see it here in the replay. It was definitely outside off stump, and I think he's just, yeah, he is just bottom-handed clubbed that over mid-wicket for 6 runs. Fantastic shot from Paul Stirling. Past commentary duos, it's always a close game between Ireland and Zimbabwe, isn't it?
Can't bowl there. Full and wide. Paul Stirling has hit that over extra cover for 6. And the Ireland onslaught continues. 1 run away from a 50 opening partnership inside the first 4 overs, Jonesy.
Yeah, fantastic shot from Stirling this time. Again, he remains very still. Puffy went wide and Stirling just rocked onto the front foot and dispatched that one over.
That's absolutely crashed through cover. Craig Irvine had been pushed in at the behest of his captain, or well, not his captain, but as Brendan Taylor asking him in to save the single. No chance here. Paul Stirling down the pitch, crunches that through cover. No chance for the cover sweeper, and automatically a good over is now turning into a mediocre one.
Every year.
And Jarvis has taken an excellent catch running backwards from mid-off. Kevin O'Brien departs for 19 from 13 balls. That's a good catch, that. And a much-needed breakthrough for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, Kevin trying to give himself room again to hit over the offside, but just caught the bottom of the bat there. And an excellent catch from Craig Jarvis, just running away from our commentary position here.
Extra cover. The boundary's not big enough. That's huge. That's hit down into the playground here at Macro Mason.
That is a huge stop from Paul Stirling. Just drops the one knee and plays a slog sweep. And has dispatched that one over to the deep mid-wicket boundary for 6. Fantastic shot. You just see there on the replay. He gave himself room again outside the leg stump. And gave that the full treatment, didn't he?
Phenomenal.
Burl under pressure now. And again, he's just flat batted that, swatted that away. 6 more runs. Fantastic shot from Paul Stirling.
Again, no margin for error. There's no pace in the pitch to drop short. Maybe putting into perspective how well. I know people are going to turn around and say Gareth Delaney bowled us 2 overs for 26.
He's just saying he was traumatised there as a child. And Andrew Balbirnie this time has absolutely creamed that one over extra cover for 4 more runs. Fantastic shot.
This is outstanding batting. Second ball. No need to get his eye in. Just helped that ball over extra cover. Looked like it was potentially the googly. He's just swatted that over extra cover. Fine boundary. And Ireland move on to 76 for 1.
But he decides he might look for 2 here. But no, thinks better of it. And that's 50 for Paul Stirling off 21 deliveries. Fantastic innings to put Ireland into the ascendancy. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Balbirnie into the deep this time. No man at the deep mid-wicket boundary, and it's 1 bounce, 4 runs.
It's a good shot from Andrew Balbirnie. The pressure continues to mount. It's a good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good length ball. It's on middle and leg, and he's just helped it on its way over mid-wicket. It's excellent batting this from Ireland.
He could go full and straight here, I think. Let's see. He went length and has got dispatched over deep square leg for 4 more runs. Well played from Andrew Balbirnie, who just held his ground, held his nerve, and very nicely played. And that brings up Ireland move on to 90 for 1 now from the first 7 overs.
An excellent start from Ireland, 90 for 1. And that's going to bring about a change in the commentary box. And
flatter, quicker, cut away by Stirling. It's going to be another boundary. He picked up that length brilliantly and slashed it away. He beat the 2 men at backward point and a short third man. 4 more to Stirling.
Again, a great shot. Lovely and steady weighted width. And again, literally taking the ball out of the keeper's hands, as you should do. Play it as late as you can. Hold those square here.
Sweep from Balverne. Yeah, going to be 4 more. He got just enough of it to scoop it up over the keeper. The man at 45 had absolutely no chance. A second boundary in the over. Ireland right on top.
Yeah, they really are on top. And another thing I'd like to mention, Len, is I'm really liking the shape of this T20 team that's coming together. A lot of young players in it. A batting lineup that is
326, 32, and then 58 today. As he hammers another one into the deep. It's going to be 6 more for Stirling. It's going to go up right onto the bank. The horns are blaring in Breedy. It's almost start the car time, Alan.
Well, the car could be started very early here. Brian Burrell beside us having a little grin to himself. But Stirling on fire here for Ireland. Short ball. And
it's that seamer that Raza bowls is very
down in Dharmasala. Couldn't believe it myself. Invariably. And that's another one. That's gone out of the ground for 6. Stirling wanting to finish this in a hurry. Unbelievable shot.
The biggest 6 of the day from Paul Stirling. It soars over the pavilion to a great roar from the home crowd. He's a quite phenomenal striker of the ball. That was in the slot from Raza and powered down the ground by the big Middlesex opener.
He's cool, but it'll be wonderful for us all if he does.
Stirling looks for the leg side. It's a top edge inside out over the offside, and it's going to fly for 4 runs. Not exactly where Stirling intended it, but he's not going to mind that. And 4 more to his total. He moves to 74.
And here we go, getting himself outside off stump. And really, he had no idea where that was going.
We need a new name. We always name the shots now. You've heard of the Nat Men. Bring Stirling back onto strike. Stirling hammers that into the deep. That's going to soar all the way for 6 into the bank. What power, what grace, what poise from Paul Stirling.
What poise as he moves to 80 from 34. What an extraordinary innings this has been. Power hitting at its best.
The replay there. He was expecting the short ball. He sat back. He rocked onto the back foot. He pulled it powerfully into the deep.
Vast experience all around the world.
Hit towards mid-on, and they're going to be the winning runs because despite the one-handed pickup from Sikander Raza, it's going to be fittingly Paul Stirling who hits the winning runs. He's going to finish with 83 not out off just 36 deliveries. What a knock that is. He's in the form of his entire life, arguably the best form any Irish batsman's ever been in their career. The green wash is on. This being the DLS target. But it was really all about Paul Stirling today.
Well, I think you mentioned also Kevin O'Brien, and that is a feature we've spoken about, that since his elevation up the order, not one bowler with an economy rate less than 10. And it just shows you the pressure they were under. Look at those figures. They won't make pretty reading in the Zimbabwean dressing room tonight. No. For 8, and easily at a canter, chased down at a rate of 12.37 per over. 10.5 overs Ireland. Win by 9 wickets.